about 10 minutes or so. Far away.
Pat, congratulations. A dream debut in terms of your captaincy and involved in. Can you just sum up your thoughts on the day for us, please?
Yeah, just a dream start, really. Yeah, it wasn't a bad toss to lose. And yeah, I thought obviously Starkey started off, but just all bowled really well, did our job. And to keep him to 150, tremendous start, really proud of how consistent everyone was, composed, and yeah, personally it was nice to get a couple of wickets at the end to make it a fifer, but just a really good start.
And secondly, of course, the first ball.
Try down there, but you trying to get out?
Just trying to encapsulate your emotions here. It was just a perfect start.
Of an Ashes series, everyone goes back to Hums, and so hopefully that's the new memory now. Just great, so happy for Starkey. That's why he opens the bowling. He's just got a real knack of picking up a wicket in the first couple of overs, and just pumped for him more than anything else. And then just excited, great way to start it off.
Just you mentioned the toss there. I think you sort of indicated that you probably going to have that as well.
It's a real 50-50. It's one of those ones that, and it's tradition, but if you bowl first and it doesn't work out, you get hounded, whereas if you bat first and it doesn't come off, you kind of get left alone. So I was probably going to bat, but I think it's 50-50. I thought it wasn't going to have a huge bearing on the match. I still think, I felt like after lunch today, if we batted and got through that, it felt like it was a better wicket to bat on. So pretty standard Gabba day one.
Were you also surprised to find out that there was no Gordy in the team after Jimmy was pulled out yesterday?
Yeah, a little bit. I thought either one of those two would play in every game, if not both of them. So I mean, obviously we'd done our prep and played against Wokes a lot and Wood a lot. So probably surprised, but they've got plenty of other bowlers that step in, which pose just the biggest challenge.
But if you just put your captain's cap back on, how unique was it? You gave them short spells, and you have Michael Leeser coming in every over, having your and just
posing a most middling batting lineup, with the exception of Joe Root, who missed out after getting a good one, and that can happen when you're coming in at
the roller through me. I've never done that
getting
before.
a good one, so, and that's what they exposed themselves to today by making a conservative decision.
So
it's hard to argue with that.
Smithy.
However, I will
Definitely
because I mean,
it was a bit of a different dynamic, but it was totally manageable. A lot of help from Steve and a few of the other guys threw a lot of my ideas my way, which was really helpful. And the bowlers are all old pros, so bit of a different dynamic. Just trying to wipe the sweat off my hands, had the towel running on every over as opposed to getting it at fine leg. But even I think after the first couple of hours, I found a bit more of a natural rhythm.
It didn't look like the ball was doing too much on it. So was it just a question of the lens that you guys hit today?
Yeah, it's not I don't think it's a raging green seamer. It's just a pretty standard day one Gabba wicket where if you put the ball in the right areas, there's going to be some balls that do enough. But you do have to be relentless. I think that's what we did really well. Someone like Joshy Hazelwood, that's what makes him one of the best bowlers in the world. And it's also a ground that if you're not relentless, you can get away. The batters can get away from you. But really proud of how everyone stuck at it. There's a little bit there, wasn't heaps big swing or seam, but just enough if you bowl in the right areas.
11 bowling changes in 41 overs. Was always your plan to do something like that to back to bowlers and give them first?
No, not entirely. Probably a couple of big factors was it was really humid out there, so we bowled I think 4 over spell and cooked after it. Joshy did that first up, and then me and him both bowled 4 over spells and were pretty tired after that. Just felt like we needed a bit of a longer break, whereas normally we'd look to 5-6 over spells. And then we kept taking wickets, which was a nice problem. So a couple of times I was going to bring Greenie back on, or swing ends for Starkey, but kept taking wickets. So attacked a bit more than we might have.
Cameron Green got his first wicket in Test must be mistakes. How did he react to that? I heard someone on the commentary that he almost apologised for too much celebration.
Yeah, Greeny's a beauty. He's just so polite. So, yeah, when we walked in the change room afterwards, I said, "Oh, Greeny, how good's that first wicket? You're off the mark." He's like, "Oh, sorry, I think I probably celebrated too hard." And I was like, "Test cricket, mate. You do what you want." So really happy for him. He's a huge player for us, and he's not just a fifth bowling option. I think he's a real fourth seamer. He's talented. He's got all the skills. He's big, bowls fast, hits the deck. So I think you'll see him bowl more. Yeah, it was a shame he didn't get a wicket last season, but it was nice to get off the mark today.
Yeah, apart from everything else that happened, Pat, Root started obviously huge blast from England and huge wickets through the bat and get them under the thumb.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, just big players. They've both toured out here before, played a lot against them. And yeah, it's nice when they don't get a good look, don't face too many balls. They're a huge part of their batting lineup. I thought that Joshy Hazelwood, that's the blueprint to bowl to Joe Root. Just high quality, relentless bowling. And it was nice to get Stokes' wicket. Just a really good all-round performance. Everything went to plan today.
Thanks, guys. We might go over to Zoom. We've got 4 or 5 here. We'll go to Lockie McCurdy first.
Thanks, Cole. Hey, Pat. Congrats on a great day. A lot of stuff's been covered, but I think Josh Hazelwood, those 2 catches out at fine leg, that kind of sums up the performance. He doesn't have to put that effort in, but he clearly does. What do those sort of efforts do for your team?
I'm not sure I should quote what he actually said, but I will. He said, I had to catch the first one because it was Greeny's first wicket, and I had to catch the second one because that's 10 wickets, and then we get to walk off, which is classic Joshy. But he's, to play Test cricket, you've got to be an all-round package. You've got to be able to field, and he's got some of the safest hands in world cricket. I think all the catching, we spoke about it just then in the change room, 100% of the chances we took today, that's huge. As I keep saying, all went to plan.
Izzy Westbury.
Pat, Hazelwood now has Joe Root out more times than any other bowler in Test cricket. Was it a plan to get him on quickly to Root, or was it just how everything fell?
Just how everything fell, really. But yeah, we know that's a good matchup. So he certainly wouldn't, if he wasn't bowling, he wouldn't have been too far out of the attack before he would have come back on.
Dean Wilson.
Hi, Pat. Just a little bit more on Joe Root and how much of an impact you think that getting him early might be, just bearing in mind not only being the captain, but the kind of year that he's been having before he came here.
Yeah, I mean, it's only first innings of a 5-test match series, but it's a huge reason why we were able to, knock them over for 147, walk into lunch, having them 4 down. That's big. By the time the ball gets soft, you're already well into the batting lineup. So, yeah, one of a number of the batters who were big wickets. Obviously, after his year being the captain, it's probably a little bit bigger, but it's only the first time he's batted the series.
Dan Brady.
G'day, Pat. Just one question about Mitch Stark and that knack you said of getting early wickets. It was almost like the unexpected. You look at Rory Burns, like his hands and his feet were going for a ball in the channel outside off stump, and obviously his eyes could see it was going somewhere else. Is that part of why you want him in the?
Yeah, I think a left armour, and I think the data shows this, they're a little bit harder to pick up. Where we've all grown up facing right-handers most of the time. So brings that element. He swings the ball. He's fast. He's slingy. All those things add up to a guy that just gets those wickets. Obviously, he's Yorkers and are a big wicket-taking white ball, but he just, he's just a little bit different to face than, just another right armour.
Last one here, guys. James Cole.
Are you pleased you don't have to face Broad or Anderson in these conditions? A lot of England cricket fans are scratching their head at that fact.
I haven't really thought about it, to be honest. As I said, I thought, you know, maybe one of them might miss out. Surprised there's two. Chris Wokes, Robinson are probably pretty similar bowlers. So obviously the English selectors have opted for different options to, you know, the experience of Broad and Anderson. But yeah, we'll do our thing. Batters will hopefully knuckle down, get them bowling.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. That's the last of the questions. Thanks.